Hi, welcome to Solomega Machine. Before we begin today, if you're serious about staying ahead in this once-in-a-lifetime financial shift, make sure you like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the Hello Solomega Machine XRP Army, and welcome back to your go-to channel for the latest Hig Solomega Machine energy updates in digital asset. Before we get started with today's business, make sure to smash that like button, ring that bell, and subscribe to Solomega Machine, bringing you updates every day at 8 p.m., noon, and 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the hype of crypto, innovation, and digital finance, there's a story barely anyone is talking about. This is not a drill. What you're looking at this moment, the game has changed. While you were sleeping, while the mainstream media was looking the other way, CNBC let it slip. You got a couple ETFs coming through, those words spoken live on air of the spark that will ignite the biggest fire the crypto world has ever seen since the Bitcoin ETF. And guess what? You are here right now before that explosion. Welcome back to the channel, the place where you get ahead of the headlines. If you're not subscribed, you're going to want to hit that button right now because the information I'm about to share is not just news. It's a roadmap to what could be a life-changing opportunity. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember the Bitcoin ETF? The whispers, the rumors, the it's never going to happen crowd, and then boom, a tidal wave of institutional money poured in and Bitcoin's price soared. Well, history doesn't repeat, but it sure does rhyme. What we are seeing with XRP right now is that exact same pattern but on steroids and that quiet confirmation on CNBC. That was the starting gun. Today, we're not just talking about price predictions. We are dissecting the fundamental shift that is happening behind the scenes. We're going to break down why this isn't just another crypto rumor, but a calculated move by Wall Street giants. And most importantly, I'm going to explain what this means for you and your portfolio. So get ready, because by the end of this video, you will understand why the conversation is about to shift from if to when for the XRP ETFs, and why that when is a lot closer than you think. Let's rewind to that CNBC clip for a second. A crypto researcher, Ripple Bullwinkle, caught it and shared it with the world. He called it the first mainstream confirmation that XRP ETFs are real. And he's right. Now, some might say it was just a slip of the tongue, but I've been in this game a long time, and I can tell you nothing on that level of media is an accident. That was a calculated leak, a breadcrumb for those who are paying attention. It's a signal to the market that the wheels are not just in motion. They are screaming down the runway. Think about this for a second. We went from whispers to a live on-air mention on a major financial network. This is how the game is played, ladies and gentlemen. They create the narrative before the event to build momentum. First, it's a rumor, then a leak, then the official announcement. We are in the leak phase, the final stop before the train leaves the station for good. This isn't just about a TV mention. This is a social proof. It's the moment the idea of an XRP ETF moved from the niche crypto community into the living rooms of mainstream investors. And when they start paying attention, their money is soon to follow. But here's where it gets really juicy and spicy. This isn't just talk. Their plumbing for this financial revolution is already being laid. And it's all happening in plain sight if you just know where to look. I'm talking about the S1 filings with the SEC. These are the official documents that the big-time asset managers have to file to create an ETF. And guess who's been busy filing? We're talking heavy hitters like Bitwise Asset Management. And here's the kicker. They've been amending these files. They are all removing what's called delay language. Now, that might sound like boring legal jargon, but what it means is they're setting these ETFs up for automatic approval. The moment the statutory window closes, they go live. They're not asking for permission anymore. They're telling the SEC, we are ready. We're also seeing major moves from other financial giants. Franklin Templeton, 21 shares at Canary Capital, are all in the race, intensifying the push for a spot XRP ETF. In fact, 5 spot XRP ETFs have already appeared on the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, the DTCC website. For those who don't know, the DTCC is the backbone of the U.S. securities market. Things only get listed there when they are in the final stages of preparation for launch. This is the exact same thing we saw with the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs just before they went live. This isn't speculation, ladies and gentlemen. This is procedural fact. The infrastructure is being built, the regulatory hurdles are being cleared, and the timeline is pointing to a very interesting mid-November. So what does this all mean for the price of XRP? Well, let's connect the dots. An ETF is a gateway. It's a bridge for institutional capital, the big money, the trillions of dollars managed by pension funds, insurance companies, and asset managers to flow into an asset. Right now, for a big institution to buy XRP, it's a complicated process. Unfortunately, with an ETF, it's as easy as buying a stock. This is a paradigm shift. We are talking about a potential tsunami of liquidity hitting an asset with a finite supply. Basic economics tells you what happens next. This isn't just about a short-term price pump. This is about a fundamental revaluation of XRP. The launch of these ETFs would signal that XRP is a legitimate regulated investment product in the eyes of the financial establishment. It would cement its status as a blue-chip crypto asset. Now, let's talk numbers. Stay with me. Some analysts are predicting that these ETFs could bring in over $1 billion in the first few months alone. We've seen price prediction of XRP hitting $8, $10, and even higher in the wake of ETF approvals. Is $10 in the near term possible with this kind of catalyst? Absolutely. But what about the bigger picture, the $50 price point that gets thrown around? That's not just about the ETF. The ETF is the spark, the roaring fires, the paradigm shift that it represents. It's the adoption of XRP for its utility in cross-border payments, in decentralized finance, and in the tokenization of real-world assets. The ETF is what gets the institutions in the door, but the fundamentals of XRP is what make them stay. It's the technology that powers a faster, cheaper, global financial system. That's the real driver towards a multi-trillion-dollar market cap for XRP. So listen to me very carefully. As Ripple Bullwinkle said, when that happens, you're not early anymore. You are just ahead of the headlines. We are in the final moments of being Eries. Ladies and gentlemen, the window of opportunity is closing, and it's closing fast. This is not financial advice, but I am telling you to do your own research and do it now. This is financial research as always. Look at the S1 filings. Look at the DTCC listings. Watch that CNBC clip. The evidence is all there. The choice is yours. You can wait for the official announcement on the mainstream news and buy in with the rest of the herd. Or you can position yourself now ahead of the stampede. You got value from this video. Smash that like button. And I want to know what you think in your comments. What's your price target for XRP post ETF? And make sure you subscribe with notifications on, because you're not going to want to miss my next update when the story breaks. We are on the cusp of a historic moment for XRP and for the entire crypto space. The convergence of mainstream media attention, regulatory groundwork, and institutional preparation is creating a perfect storm. The game is changing right before our eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is, are you paying attention? This isn't just about making money. It's about being part of a fundamental shift in the financial world. The ticker symbol will be the final confirmation, but the signs are all here. The launch of an XRP ETF is no longer a matter if, but when. And when could be just days away. So, smash that like button, subscribe, share this video with someone who needs to understand what's coming for their own good. History isn't waiting. Neither should you. Don't just watch. Participate, ask questions, learn deeply, stay ahead of the narrative. Knowledge is your greatest wealth. Quick reminder, crypto is volatile and high risk. Nothing here is financial advice. Always do your own research. This isn't financial advice. This is financial research as always. Again, always do your own financial research. Remember, the game is changing, and those who understand it first will benefit the most. Make sure you're on the right side of it. You have two choices. You can be like the crowd reacting after the move, rationalizing why they missed it, telling themselves they'll never let it happen again. Or you can be the one who saw behind the curtain, the one who understood the infrastructure shift, the one who positioned early, not randomly but intentionally, because some moments in history are loud, but the ones that change everything are quiet right up until the moment they're not. And this is one of those moments. Do not blink because the world is distracting you with noise while XRP is quietly stepping into its final form. So stay sharp, stay informed, accumulate knowledge. Your move now will be remembered. This is not the end of the story. This is just the beginning. This opens your eyes. Smash that like button, ring the bell, leave a comment with your thoughts, turn on notifications, and most importantly, subscribe to Solo Mega Machine, bringing you the truth about XRP, global banking moves, and the wealth trends already unfolding. Don't just watch history happen. Stay informed, stay ahead.